Good morning class. Today in this lecture we are going to discuss our next point in fifth chapter, that is WLAN, wireless LANs and IEEE 802.11 architecture. Before going to start our today's lecture, first of all recall the previous lecture's point. In previous lecture we discussed what is meant by wireless communication and IEEE wireless standards. The mainly IEEE 802.11 refers to a family of specification for wireless local area networks, that is WLAN, developed by a working group of IEEE, means Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. The benefits of IEEE standards is that it increases the product quality and safety, reduce the market risk, reduce the development time and cost. There are mainly 5 types of standards. First is 802.11, second is the 802.11a, next is 802.11b, next is the 802.11n, next is the 802.11ac, and last that is 802.11g. Means there are mainly not 5, 6 standards: 11, 11a, b, G, N and AC, which we already discussed in a previous lectures. Now in this lecture, first of all we discussed what is meant by WLAN. WLAN means wireless LANs. Wireless LAN stands for a wireless local area network, or it is also called as local area wireless network. WLAN is one in which a mobile user can connect to a local area network through a wireless connections. WLAN is one device or one network which is mobile user can connect to a local area network through a wireless connections. WLAN connects a computer over a local network through exchange the data and other information without the use of cables. Means without using a cable, user can connect to this wireless to the network, so that it is called as wireless network or wireless LAN. Connecting nodes must be placed within a range of access points. This is the access points which is shown in figure. This is the LAN, means it is wired network. This is wireless network. This is the nodes which are connected to the access point without any wire, so that without any wire we can share the information or exchange the data or information in a network. A WLAN is a wireless computer network that links 2 or more devices using the wireless communication within a limited area such as home, school, office building, etc. Means wireless LAN is a computer network that links 2 or more devices using wireless communication. We can connect by using wireless communication within a limited area. Here this access point is in limited area, or limited area we can access the this access point. We can access the network like home, school, office building, etc. Next point is the components of WLAN. There are mainly 4 components of WLAN. First is the STAs means stations. Next is the AP means access point. Next is the distributed system, that is DS, and fourth is the wireless medium. STAs means stations. Here this is a station. Computer is also called as a station. Network are built to transfer the data between a station. We can transfer the data by using a station, and stations are a computing devices with the wireless network interfaces. It is a computing devices with the wireless network interfaces like laptop or mobile. Typically stations are a battery operated laptops or handheld computers. Next is the access point. The AP works as a bridge between the STAs. It is bridge between STA and the existing network backbone for the network access. APs are usually connected with the wires and gives the connectivity to the wired LAN. It is connected through the wires and gives the connectivity to wired LAN and support a bridging functionality when one station starts the communicating with the other stations or a node on the DS. Means in distributed system, suppose one node connected to the other node in access point. At that time, the bridging functionality is done by the access point. Next is a distributed system. The APs perform this communication via an abstract medium called as a distributed system. This is called as a distributed system. Next is a wireless medium. To move frames from one station to another station, means station to station communication is there. The standard uses a wireless medium. Next point is a advantages of WLAN. First advantage is scalability. User can add it without installing physical infrastructure so that the network can be expanded quickly. Means without any wired communication we can extend the network. Means without installing the physical infrastructure the network can be extended quickly, expanded quickly so that it is a scalable. Installation. WLAN is easy to install because it gives connectivity over sites separated by physical and geographical obstacles. Means it is easy to install as compared to the wired network. Mobility means user can freely roam anywhere within, but it is in a within the range, WLAN range, and remain connected to the WLAN. Means mobility means user can freely roam from anywhere, but in a within the range user can access the network. Means it is remains connected to the LAN, WLAN. Flexibility. Within the radio coverage, nodes can communicate without further restrictions, and the radio waves can penetrate the walls. Senders and receivers can place it anywhere. Also non-visible, for example within the devices and in a wall, etc. Planning. Only wireless ad hoc networks allow for communication without prevision planning. Any wired network needs wiring plans. Means only wireless networks allows for the communication without previous any planning. Like wired networks needs to wiring planning, but in wireless network there is no need to planning. Design. Wireless networks allows for the design of independent small device which can, for example, be put into a pocket. Pockets means cable not only restricts the user but also designers of a small notepads, etc. Means we can easily carry. Means designing of a wireless network is not, there is no any restrictions. Means wireless network allow for the design of independent, means small devices which can be put onto the pocket. Means cable not only the restrictions for the user. Next is a cost. The cost of installing and maintaining a wireless LAN is on average lower than the cost of installing and maintaining of the traditional wired LAN. Means the cost of installing wireless LAN is lower than the cost of installation and maintaining of the traditional wired LAN for two reasons. First, after providing wireless access to the wireless network via an access point for the first user, and adding additional user to a network will not increase the cost. Suppose first user add in a network. At that time for first user access point is required. For first user it is costly, but adding a second user there will not required, means there will not increase the cost. For only one access point we can create a network. And in second situation, wireless LANs eliminates the direct cost of cabling. Means there is a wireless, LANs are a wireless, so that eliminates the cost of cabling and associated with installation and repairing it. Means as compared to wired, cost of wireless communication, means wireless LAN is lower than the cost of installation and maintaining the wired LANs. Next point is the disadvantages. Quality of service, means quality of wireless LAN is typically lower than the wired network. The main reason for this is lower bandwidth due to the limitations in the radio transmission and higher error rates due to the interference and higher delay variation due to the extensive error correction and detection mechanism. Means they are limited in a range and mutual interference in a wireless network, so that the quality of service is lower than as compared to the wired network. The main reason is lower bandwidth due to the limitation and higher error rates due to the interference and higher delay due to the extensive error correction and detection mechanism. Next point is the restrictions. Several government and non-government institutes worldwide regulate the operations and restricts the frequency to minimize the interference. So that restrictions is there in a wireless local area network. Low power. Devices communicating via wireless LANs are typically power consuming. Means also wireless devices running on a battery power. Whereas LAN design should take this into account and implement special power saving modes and power management function. One more disadvantages of WLAN is WLAN does not offer a high level of security. Let us see in the next point, that is IEEE 802.11 architecture. The architecture of IEEE 802.11 LAN means WLAN is designed to support a network where most decision making is distributed to mobile stations. 802.11 standard is also called as a WLAN, means wireless local area network. This type of architecture have several advantages. The architecture is flexible and can easily support both small, large, semi-permanent and permanent networks. In addition, the architecture and the protocols offer significant power saving and prolong the battery life of mobile equipments without losing network connectivity. This is a second advantage. There are mainly two types of network architecture which are defined in the 802.11 standard. First is the infrastructure network and second is the point-to-point means ad hoc network. In infrastructure network is a network architecture for providing communication between wireless client and the wireless network resources. Wired network resources. It is communication between wireless clients and wired network resources. The transition of data from wireless to wired medium occurs via an AP means access point. An access point and its associated wireless clients define the coverage area. AP defines the coverage area. Together all the devices form a basic service set which is referred in a figure 1. Next is point to point means ad hoc network. An ad hoc network is an architecture that is used to support mutual communication between wireless client. It is communication between wireless to wireless communication. Typically, an ad hoc network is created spontaneously and does not support access to the wired network. It does not support to access the wired network. An ad hoc network does not require an AP. It does not require an access point. This is the distributed system means it is BSS and ESS configuration of IEEE 802.11 WLAN. This is the local area network means it is the wired network, that is distributed system. Here access point is connected to that DS. Here again in this network access point is connected to the DS. STA means stations. These are the stations in this network. These are the stations in this network. BSS means a basic service set which is combination, or we can say that two or more stations which come together to communicate with each other. They form a basic service set. And the minimum BSS consists of two stations, that is 802.11 LANs use the BSS as the standard building block. This is the ESS, means Extended Service Set. Two or more BSS are interconnected using a distributed system or DS. This concept of DS increases the network coverage. So each BSS becomes a component of an extended larger network. Creating a large and complex network using BSS and DSS leads us to next level of hierarchy, the extended service set or ESS. The ESS configuration consists of multiple basic service set cells. It is consist of multiple basic service set cells that can linked by either wired or wireless backbones called as distributed system. The IEEE supports ESS configuration in which multiple sets use the same channel and configuration in which multiple sets use the different channels to boost the aggregate throughputs. These are the BSS and ESS configuration of IEEE 802.11 WLAN. We can also say that this is the diagram of infrastructure mode of 802.11 WLAN or infrastructure network. Next point is the ad hoc network. IEEE 802.11 supports three basic topologies for WLAN. First is the IBSS, that is Independent Basic Service Set. Second is the Basic Service Set, that is BSS. And third is the Extended Service Set, that is ESS. The MAC sublayer supports the implementation of IBSS, Basic Service Set and the ESS configurations. The WLAN are usually implemented within the small client server architecture, and it operates at the data link layer, that is layer 2, and the physical layer of OSI reference model. Let us see one by one. First of all, Independent Basic Service Set, that is IBSS. IBSS is a configuration. IBSS configuration is referred to as an independent configuration or ad hoc network. An IBSS configuration is analogous to peer-to-peer office network in which no single node is required to act as a server. IBSS WLANs include a number of nodes or wireless stations that communicate directly with one another on an ad hoc peer-to-peer basis. Generally, IBSS implementation cover a limited area and are not connected to any large network. And IBSS is typically a short-lived network with a small number of stations that is created for a particular purpose. Means that IBSS, that is a BSS that stands alone. This BSS stands alone and is not connected to base, is called as an independent base service set, which is not connected to the base, so that it is called as an independent basic service set, or we can also refer to it as a ad hoc network. We can also say that it is a ad hoc network. An ad hoc network is a network where stations communicate only peer to peer. Means there is no base and no gives permissions to talk. Mostly these networks are spontaneous and can be set up rapidly. The ad hoc or IBSS networks are characteristically limited both temporarily and temporarily. Next is the basic service set. The basic service set configuration relies on an AP that acts as a logical server for a single WLAN cell or a channel. Communication between station 1 and the station 4 actually flow from AP1 and then from the AP2 and then from the AP2 to AP4 and finally AP4 to the station 4. Station 4. And AP performs the bridging function. Here access point performs the bridging function and connects multiple WLANs cells or channels and connect the WLAN cells to a wider enterprise LANs. Means when BSS are interconnected, the network becomes one with the infrastructure. It is also called as a infrastructured wireless networks. Next is a extended service set. The ESS configuration consists of multiple basic service sets. This is called as a ESS, means multiple basic service set cells that can be linked by either wired or wireless. It is linked by either wired or wireless is called as a ESS, means extended service set. Or we can also call it as a distributed system. This is called as a distributed system. IEEE 802.11 supports ESS configuration in which multiple sets use the same channel, and configuration in which multiple sets use the different channel to boost the aggregate throughput. To network the equipment outside of the ESS and all of its mobile station appear to a single MAC layer network, where all stations are physically stationary. Thus, the ESS hides the mobility of a mobile station from everywhere outside the ESS. The components of 802.11 architecture are as follows. First is the stations, that is STA. Station comprises of all the devices and equipments that are connected to the wireless LANs. A stations can be of two type. First is a WAP, that is wireless access point, and the clients. WAP, that is wireless access point or a simple access point, are generally wireless routers that form the base stations or accesses. Means it is generally a wireless router. We can say that it is a wireless router that form a base stations, and clients are a workstations, computers, laptops, printers, smartphones, etc. Each station has a wireless network interface controller. First is a BSS, that is basic service set, which is a group of stations communicating at a physical layer. It is communicating at physical layer. And BSS can be of two categories depending upon the mode of operation. First is the infrastructure BSS, and second is the independent BSS. Here the devices communicate with other devices through the access point, and in independent BSS the devices communicate in peer-to-peer basis in an ad hoc manner. Extended service set, that is ESS. It is a set of all connected BSS. This is a set of all connecting BSS is called as a ESS. And DS means it connects all the access point in ESS. It connects all the access point in ESS is called as a distributed system. Next point is a 802.11 does specify the services which the DS must support. Services are divided into two sections, that is STA service and the distribution service. First of all, STA services are again divided into the 4 points, that is authentication service, deauthentication, privacy and data delivery services. And distribution services again divided into the 4 type of services, that is association, reassociation, deassociation and the integration. Let us see what is meant by authentication service. Authentication service is used to prove the identity of one station to the another station. Without this proof of identity, the STA is not allowed to use the WLAN for a data delivery. Means authentication is must, means identity of one station to another station. There is a identity required. Means without this proof of identity, STA is not allowed for WLAN access for data delivery. Next is a deauthentication service. This deauthentication service is used to eliminate a previously authorized user from any further use of a network. For example, suppose when an employee resigns, that STA can no longer access the services of IEEE 802.11 WLAN. Means once a STA is deauthenticated, means suppose one employee resigned At that time it is not allowed to access the organization's information like this. Next is the privacy services. Privacy services means this service protects the data only as they traverse the wireless medium. Only access that data they traverse from the wireless medium. Next is the data delivery services. The data delivery service of an IEEE 802.11 WLAN is similar to the service provided by all other IEEE 802 LANs. And this service provides the reliable delivery of data frames from the MAC in one station to the MAC in other or more than one stations, with the minimal duplication and minimal reordering. Okay, this is called as a data delivery services. Next is a distribution services. Distribution services namely association, reassociation, deassociation and the integration. The association services, first is the association services, is used to make a logical connection between a mobile station and an AP. It is logical connection between mobile station and the AP, means access point. Next is the reassociation. Reassociation is similar to the association service with the exception that it includes the information about the AP, means it includes only information about the AP. Next is a deassociation. It is used either by an AP to force a mobile station to associate it elsewhere, or by the mobile station to inform an AP that it no longer requires the services. Means an AP may provide the may use the deassociation services to inform one or more mobile stations that the AP can no longer provide the logical connection to the WLANs. Next is the integration services. This integration services connects the IEEE 802.11 WLAN to other LANs, including one or more wired LANs or other IEEE 802.W LANs. This is all about our today's lectures point. In next lecture we discuss the MAC sublayers and 802.11 addressing mechanism, which is also part of WLANs, means wireless LAN. In this today's lecture we discuss the what is mean by WLAN and WLAN architecture. We can also say that it is a IEEE 8011 architecture, means WLAN architecture. Thank you.